So why the fuck am I wearing this jacket? Huh? I thought it was Joel-y. Kind of the closest thing I can come to Joel, you know? There's nothing to say about the first one, I think. It's great. The story is great. Everything is great. So nothing more to say, really, I think. That second one, there's a lot to say. I've always been a kind of guy who likes dark stories. And a nitpick I have in Hollywood, especially, like that people like protagonists sacrifices themselves way too easy in films, TV shows, whatever. The sacrifice at the end, you know, it's a beautiful thing, and you have beautiful music, and they just stand there like Superman's mother in Man of Steel in the beginning, with Russell Crowe and this lady from Daredevil. She just stands there by the explosion. She just stands there. I hate that. I hate especially that scene because it's just too much, man. The thing I love is that in real life too, right? It's when people die, they disappear, they're gone, right? But you remember their lives. You don't remember their death, you know? My uncle was the smartest man I ever didn't know. We never talked, which I respected. He was, but he was a mayor, and he was like a mechanic, and could draw, and he's played the organ. He was very intelligent, and he died of a heart attack on the toilet, right? And that's what I like about Joel in Last of Us Part 2. He gets beaten up by this golf club, you know. It's just so gritty and raw, and it begs you to kind of, you know, it's like, and Ellie gets traumatized by this, of course, kind of like we all did, but it begs you to think about his life, you know, before he died. And also, I gotta say that Abby was right. Abby's crew was right. Kinda. And also, I would say that Abby, I know a lot of you hate Abby, but narratively, like dramatically, I enjoy playing Abby more, because Ellie is. Ellie's story is good too, but it's a revenge story, and we've seen a revenge story before, and it's like many have criticized. She and Abby fights and everything, and at the very end, Ellie like lets Abby go, but it's a, you know, I understand the critic of that, because Ellie, as the player, when you're a player, you kill like 1 million people, but Abby, that's where we draw the line. But I understand what people are saying, but I feel it works. Maybe because I became a gamer very late in, you know, I think 2022, something like that. I became a gamer, and I've always been a movie guy, so I kind of separate the gameplay with the story, I guess. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, you know, that's a good story. But so that doesn't bother me. But I want to say, like Abby, I like the parallels. English again. Parallels. God damn it! Lately, I've been having trouble with a problem with certain English words. It fucking annoys me. Oh, parallels. Is that it? Yeah, parallels. Parallels. Yeah, parallels. Fuck. between her and Lev and Joel and Ellie. While Joel and Ellie had a daughter and father and daughter relationship, Abby and Lev has a big sister, little brother relationship. But it's not, Abby and Lev goes sort of in the same journey. And I used to think, I still kind of do, what if maybe that happened? Maybe that happened with the remaster, didn't it? That you play in parallel. You don't play Ellie first and then Abby. You play them intertwined. Is that it? Is that what happened? Because at first I played a game, I thought that was the intention that it was going like this. You played Ellie for an hour and then Abby, and but playing it second and third and fourth time, I'm more more convinced that this Ellie first then Abby was the decision they wanted to go with from the start. I love dark stories. That's it. You have the dark storyline with Ellie, and how far do you go for taking revenge? And my brother is like many other fans. My brother has played Last of Us 80 times, many times. He has played the second one, Last of Us Part 2, one time. And that was in 2020 when it released. I have played the second one more than the first one. I really love big swings, in video games or let's say story-wise. If it's books or games or films, whatever, narratively, big swings. And I think that for me, Last of Us Part 2, the big swings really fucking work. I love how ambitious it is. Ambitious. Here's the thing though. I really like... what's the Asian character called? I don't remember. I really like him. And it's sad that in this show... in the show, both the Asian guy and Dina had more personality and levity to them than in the video game. But I think the Asian guy, I don't remember his name, gets shot in the video game, but you don't see him enough, so it doesn't hit as hard. But yeah, in the game, I think Dina is kind of annoying. She insists on going with Ellie, and then she just, she's pregnant. So she becomes a liability, She's just there and has a liability. And the game has this tone that's so no jokes allowed, at least with Ellie. So I like that in the show that's more levity from Dina and... that bothers me. But sorry. To remember things, I use the alphabet in my head. It usually is 70% of the time it works. Didn't this time. Jesse. Is that his name? Jesse? I knew it was something with a J. But Dina, the tone is so fucking serious. It's they're kids, they're so 17 or whatever, but they talk like they're 45. And I get that in that world that you grow up faster, but it's it's also fucking serious, And that's sort of kind of the dynamic between Abby and Lev. There's an arc there. There's they're learning from each other, WFL, is that it? Wolves and the Scars you know, and I think that the trans part of the game is done really well. I think it's done really, really well. It's not preachy. It's not. It's just that, you know, that women in the scars community, Seraphites, they when they come at a certain age, get a certain age, they have to do whatever. I don't know. They get married to someone. They have to pick a husband or whatever. But the men at that certain age has to. It's gonna take their hair, remove their hair or something, whatever. But Lev chose to do the man thing, and they're a cult, you know, they're a religious cult, just like Christianity. So he's apostate, is that a word, apostate? But he's it's done through that action, and in that society, which is so fat, they're fundamentalists, they're just fucking... these stupid faithful like rules they have, like religion, you know, and he does that, which in that religion you should be like a woman is a woman and a man is a man, like all religion. But he chose to do that, and he chose to be like, continue being like that, which I fucking respect, because you understand that Abby understands, or sort of understands. They don't go into it. It's not preachy, you know. And she gets to know him as a boy, you know, and she doesn't question it at all, which I like. And his sister, what's her face? I don't remember. She's not that interesting. She fucked up her arm and everything. Oh, that arm, the red arm, that looks like, ooh, that looks really good, but really bad, you know. So I love that dynamic. I guess there's, Abby has some sort of arc where she gets to know Lev, and Lev gets to know her, and you kind of root for that. While Ellie doesn't have anyone, any character she gets to know any better. She knows all the characters that surrounds her from before. So I guess that's narratively, for me, more interesting with Abby. And also the Rat King. Rat King is really fucking cool. And there's the awkward sex scene between Abby and Owen. She has, yeah, I know people just, oh, looks like two men fucking, you know, whatever. I like the, you know, it's integrated in the story real well, that just when you go with the football field or football thing, I don't know what you call it, fucking football, whatever, where the wolves are, you know, having their base. And you walk like with Abby, and you see all this, you know, workout things, you know, push fit this thing and whatever. And you have to kind of understand, you know, visual storytelling, that, you know, people that are soldiers like Abby are like, have to train, have to be big, have to be muscular. I kind of read it as that. But I do like that in the show, the gal who plays Abby in the show, it was in Dopesick. That's a depressing show about Oxy. Don't take that. But yeah, she's great in that. So when she was cast as Abby, I thought, yeah, that's good. That's good. And she saw that in the show. I don't want to talk about the show too much because there's so many toxic idiots there, even more than... Okay, just say this, that Bella Ramsey, when she has to deliver, Joel dies, and the scene right before he dies with the coffee and forgiveness and everything, I think she really delivers. But the in-between from those scenes and her being humorous and there and quirky, There's nothing in between, I feel. There's nothing in between those. So it's not a depthful or nuanced performance. But you assholes, you fucking mongoloids, you call her, say that all these memes with her looking like she has Down syndrome and everything. People, you say that she's ugly and whatever, and fucking, that's so fucking annoying. Criticize her performance. Fucking children. You are children. You're fucking children if anyway, just grow up. Stop fucking with, don't do that with people. Don't do that with people. Except for Geeks and Gamers. You can do that all you want with him. He looks like he looks terrible, but except for Geeks and Gamers, don't do that with people, That's just going very low. You need to grow up. That's not... I bet she got death threats too, right? I bet you boys did that really well. Threatened her, calling her fucking ugly and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, put that aside. My favorite part of The Last of Us Part 2 is actually in the end, when she is in California, someplace, I don't remember where, but you have the Rattlers, or the biker kind of, I love that. There's not much gameplay there, but I just love these biker fuckers that uses kind of slaves in a way, and I don't know exactly why I love that, but they have some, you have these clickers where you can shoot the fucking thing, and they run around and kill everybody, and I just love that segment. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Nothing more. Yeah, well, I can say this,
his name is fucking Tommy, alright? Tommy Miller. Joel Miller, Tommy Miller. Tommy is his name. Jesus Christ. Stop going through the alphabet. That's not entertaining for anyone. You're not gonna make it. That's why I'm doing this voiceover. And I can't bother with editing any of this, so I'm just having this voiceover. It's Tommy, you piece of shit, alright?
That's interesting seeing me going through the alphabet, but fuck, his brother. God damn it. He like, at the end, like, has no eye and he limps or whatever. And he says to Ellie, you need to find Abby, you promised to find Abby, and he becomes like this piece of shit, which is just sad and depressing, and I would like to see a third game with him as the protagonist. Wouldn't it kind of be interesting to see, like, have a protagonist that's kind of not 100%, like, he has a limp and he has no eye, and I don't know, I would like to see that, if there were a third one. Fucking hell, man, ABS, yeah.
Tommy.
He like, at the end, like, has no eye and he limps or whatever. And he says to Ellie, you need to find Abby, you promised to find Abby, and he becomes like this piece of shit, which is just sad and depressing, and I would like to see a third game with him as the protagonist. Wouldn't it kind of be interesting to see, like, have a protagonist that's kind of not 100%, like, he has a limp and he has no eye, and I don't know, I would like to see that, if there were a third one. Fucking hell, man, ABS, yeah. Whatever, I know, fuck it.
Tommy.
Just at the end here, I want to talk about Joel's death and people's reaction to that. My brother is one of them, and it seems like people took it personally. Like, they loved Joel so much that they hated the fucking guy who made it. Like, what the fuck is his name? You know the guy. You hated him, but he created it. He created everything, and it's what is narratively rewarding, I think. Well, he dies. What else do you want to do with Joel? Narratively. Think just narratively. What else is there to do with Joel? It's like fucking Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. You get pissed off because... What? I love Luke. He's like my father. And all the trauma... What is it called? Trauma baiting? Trauma sharing? Whatever. I lost my dad, and Star Wars meant a lot to me, so Luke was kind of my father, and therefore I'm pissed off that Luke is not my father in Last Jedi. If you've lost someone, of course, that's terrible, but they're movies, right? What's narratively satisfying, that's what I think. That's what's important. And you could, in The Last Jedi, just give you a bone. I understand that it wasn't exactly... So you had a Han Solo who became a smuggler again and basically divorced from Leia and everything. And then you have Luke Skywalker, who is like a hermit and hates everything and blah, blah, blah. And the trope that you have a legacy character that just hates everything and just misanthrope and hates him. Yeah. So when Luke Skywalker and that sort of thing, it wasn't a cliche yet, I think. But I do understand people having a problem with the cliche of that, with the easy way to create drama. But drama is everything. It's story building, I just wanted to say that people that took it way too personal that Joel died, it's a fucking story, all right? So just wanted to say that.